There are moments in life when the air feels different. When something in your spirit starts to stir. Before anything changes around you. You can't explain it, but deep down, you know something is coming. That's not coincidence. That's God whispering in advance, preparing you for a divine shift that will change everything. Before God performs anything significant in your life, He gives you signs, not through thunder or lightning, but through gentle whispers to your soul. You begin to sense a stirring that you can't explain. Something shifts in the atmosphere. It's not anxiety or fear. It's divine anticipation. God never surprises His faithful ones without first giving them an inner alert. He may not reveal the full picture, but He allows you to feel that something extraordinary is on the horizon. That uneasy feeling in your spirit, that sudden urge to pray, that unusual clarity in your thoughts. These are not coincidences. They are warnings wrapped in love. When God was about to send the flood, He told Noah in advance. When destruction was about to strike Sodom, He revealed it to Abraham beforehand. God always warns before He acts, because His desire is not to catch you unprepared, but to align you with His plan. He knows that when something big is coming, whether a breakthrough or a battle, His people need time to strengthen their faith. He speaks to you in advance to prepare your heart, to awaken your spiritual senses, and to help you recognize His hand when it moves. Many people miss divine timing because they ignore divine signals. They call it intuition or coincidence, but it's far greater than that. It's the Spirit of God whispering direction before movement. When you sense that spiritual nudge, don't rush and don't panic. Instead, become still and attentive. Ask, Lord, what are you preparing me for? Because every divine message carries purpose. God's warnings are never meant to frighten you, but to ready you. He wants you to walk with confidence into what's next, not confusion. When you begin to discern these early whispers, you move differently, with peace instead of panic, with wisdom instead of worry. That's how God operates. He reveals enough to strengthen your faith, but keeps enough hidden to require your trust. Something big is coming, and He's telling you now, not to scare you, but to prepare you. When God is preparing to shift your life, the first sign is often a deep, unsettling discomfort. Suddenly, what once brought you peace begins to feel heavy. The job you used to enjoy feels draining. The people who once fit perfectly into your life no longer understand you. It's as if the ground beneath you starts moving, and no matter how hard you try to hold on, nothing feels stable anymore. This isn't punishment, it's divine preparation. God allows discomfort to break the attachments that would hold you back from what He's leading you toward. When the Israelites were in Egypt, they had grown accustomed to slavery. It was painful, but it was familiar. Then God began to stir things up. Their situation became unbearable. The discomfort forced them to cry out, and that cry became the sound that released their deliverance. Likewise, when God is getting ready to elevate you, He disturbs your comfort zone. He doesn't want you clinging to what is safe. He wants you reaching for what is sacred. He knows that if He doesn't unsettle you, you'll settle for less than what He designed for you. That restlessness in your heart is not random. It's a signal that God is shifting the season. You may not see it yet, but He's rearranging your environment to align you with destiny. Discomfort is his way of saying, it's time to move. And though it feels painful, it's producing growth. Like an eagle stirs its nest to force its young to fly, God sometimes removes your comfort so you can discover your wings. So, when life feels like it's falling apart, remember, it's actually falling into place. God is shaking loose everything that cannot go with you into your next chapter. He's preparing you to step into greater things. The discomfort is not the end. It's the evidence that transformation has begun. Something big is coming, and God is making sure you're ready to handle it. There are seasons when you pray, wait, and believe, yet nothing seems to move. Doors stay closed, opportunities slip away, and silence fills the space where you expected answers. In those moments, it's easy to wonder if God has forgotten you. But the truth is, He hasn't. He's simply working behind the scenes, using what feels like delay to prepare you for something far greater than you can imagine. God hides His greatest blessings behind seasons of waiting, because what He's building in you is just as important as what He's preparing for you. When God delays, He's not withholding, He's developing. He uses time as a tool to refine your faith, mature your character, and strengthen your trust. Think of Joseph, who was given a dream of greatness, but spent years in prison before seeing the promise fulfilled. During that waiting period, God was shaping his heart, teaching him wisdom, and positioning him for influence. If the blessing had come too early, he wouldn't have been ready to carry it. The same is true for you. God is not denying your request. He's making sure that when it arrives, you have the strength and humility to handle it. The silence of God doesn't mean He's absent. It means He's aligning. He's aligning people, places, and timing to ensure your blessing arrives in perfection, not pressure. What feels like nothing happening is actually everything being arranged in divine order. Waiting is never wasted when your trust is in God. Every moment of delay is a seed being planted, and in the right season, it will bloom. So don't lose heart when your timeline doesn't match heaven's. The blessing you're waiting for is too valuable to be rushed. God's timing is always precise, and when the moment is right, what once seemed impossible will come together effortlessly. The delay you're enduring now is the doorway to a destiny that will exceed every expectation. Something big is coming, and that's why God has asked you to wait. Just before something great happens in your life, the battle always intensifies. You start facing unusual resistance, strange confusion, and unexpected attacks from places you never anticipated. It feels like everything is falling apart, but in reality, something powerful is being built. The enemy senses what God is about to release over your life, and his only strategy is to distract, discourage, and make you doubt what you've heard from heaven. Spiritual warfare always increases before breakthrough because darkness fights hardest when the light is about to break through. When the children of Israel were about to leave Egypt, Pharaoh increased their workload. When Jesus was about to begin his ministry, he was tempted in the wilderness. The pattern is clear. Before promotion comes opposition. This is not a sign that you're losing, it's proof that you're close to victory. The pressure, the confusion, the tears, all of it is confirmation that the spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting. The enemy doesn't waste his energy on people going nowhere. If he's attacking you fiercely, it's because you're carrying something valuable. The mistake many people make is to interpret warfare as rejection, when in truth, it's redirection. God allows the battle to show you the strength you didn't know you had. He allows the storm so you can learn to speak peace into chaos. The attacks are not meant to destroy you. They're designed to reveal your authority. Every challenge is preparing you for the weight of the blessing that's coming. So when life feels overwhelming, don't retreat. Rise. Stand firm in faith and remember that the darkest night always comes before the dawn. What you're fighting is not random. It's a reaction to the breakthrough that's already in motion. The enemy knows something big is coming, and he's terrified of what's about to be unleashed in your life. Keep standing, keep praying, and keep believing. Because what feels like warfare today will soon turn into your greatest testimony tomorrow. There are seasons when God pulls you away from the noise, the crowd, and even the people who once walked closely with you. It can feel lonely, confusing, and unfair, but that isolation is not abandonment. It's preparation. God often hides those he plans to elevate. Before he does something great through you, he must first do something deep within you. The hidden season is where he shapes your character, strengthens your spirit, and teaches you to depend solely on him. What may feel like silence is actually a sacred classroom where heaven is training you for your next assignment. When David was anointed to be king, he didn't go straight to the throne. He went back to the field, away from the spotlight, surrounded by sheep. He learned how to lead, how to fight, and most importantly, how to worship. The same God who anointed him was the same God who kept him hidden until the time was right. That's what God does with you. He doesn't want premature exposure. He wants perfect timing. He's not withholding your platform. He's building your foundation. In private, he teaches you how to discern his voice. In quiet moments, he reveals your weaknesses so he can strengthen them. The pain of isolation is actually the protection of preparation. He's keeping you out of sight until you can handle the weight of visibility. The people who overlook you are unknowingly confirming that it's not yet your season to be seen. When God finally brings you into the open, it won't be by your effort. It will be by his command. You won't need to push doors open. They'll swing wide on their own. Every lesson learned in the hidden place will become the strength that sustains you in the public place. So don't despise your season of silence. God is not ignoring you. He's investing in you. He's shaping you privately because he intends to elevate you publicly. And when that moment arrives, the world will see what heaven already knew. You were chosen for something big. When God decides the time is right, everything that once felt delayed will suddenly begin to move with divine speed. The doors that refused to open for years will swing wide in a moment. Opportunities will appear without warning, and blessings that seemed impossible will begin to unfold effortlessly. This is the signal of divine acceleration, the moment when God turns preparation into manifestation. He has been preparing you quietly, shaping your faith, refining your patience, and aligning every detail so that when he moves, everything happens swiftly and smoothly. Sudden acceleration doesn't mean chaos. It means divine order finally catching up with divine timing. You've endured the waiting, the isolation, and the battles. Not because God forgot you, but because He was getting everything ready for this exact moment. The long season of silence was not wasted time, it was necessary alignment. God never rushes, but He always arrives on time, and when His timing collides with your obedience, miracles happen quickly. When this shift begins, it might feel overwhelming. You may wonder how everything is happening so fast, but that's what divine momentum looks like. What used to take years will now take days. What you prayed for in tears will appear with ease. God is reminding you that His power is not limited by time or logic. He can change everything in a single act of favor. That's why He has been preparing you in advance. So you won't be shocked by the speed of His blessings. You'll recognize His hand and know exactly what to do. This is not luck or coincidence, it's divine fulfillment. All the pain, patience, and perseverance were preparing you for this very moment. So stay alert, stay ready, and stay faithful. Because when God moves, He moves suddenly. And what's coming will not be small, delayed, or uncertain. It will be big, unstoppable, and undeniably divine. When God moves, nothing can stop it. Not time, not circumstance, not the enemy. And when this divine shift unfolds, you'll realize every tear, every trial, and every waiting season was preparing you for this moment of unstoppable glory.